We'll do a sunglass show. Welcome to the Sunglass Hut. I still got the sticker on mine right here. I'll have to do this. All right, let me bring up. Where are you? Notes. All right, I got my notes. Cool. I got my audacities. I think I'm ready. Are you ready? I got a new soundboard app. Yeah.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah, I did. All right, are you ready for this?
Hey, Steven, when's the last time you checked Snapchat?
Huh? What do you mean? I check it frequently. I just checked it like 2 seconds ago. Just then. I've got no pictures because I check it so constantly. Trust me, there weren't 10 pictures on Snapchat just then from you. There was only the one because when I check it so frequently. Check it.
I check it so frequently. My name is Steven E.
Milk
I
Dud.
like spaghetti.
I'm Milk Dud. What's up? I'm coming at you with my sippy cup. We're going to go to the party now. I'm going to drink some beer and get down.
That was amazing.
See,
so much.
freestyle rap is my thing, man. It's what I do. Okay, are you ready?
Do that forever. Yes.
Here we go. In a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sorry, that was my Wilhelm scream. We can try this again. So Jacob posted this awesome show opener, and I thought I would just use it. I would just read it, and then I was like, it doesn't start right, but I can make it work. All right, here we go. Here, okay, I got it.
Yes.
Tonight on the show, we comb the internet looking for the longest, most obnoxiously dark, protruding nose hair stories that are ripe for the plucking. We descend deep into that nasal orifice called the interwebs, latch on to those nose hairs, pluck them one at a time, and deliver them directly to you using our gigabit tweezers. Be careful, though. You may feel a slight sting, and we may induce sneezing fits here on Horseshoes and Hand Grenades, episode 398 for October 12th, 2017, Pumpkin Spice Podcast. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Horseshoes and Hand Grenades, the show that brings you the latest and greatest and odd and crazy news from all over the world. I am your host, Steven, joined as always by Ray Charles herself, Smashley. She is neither black nor blind nor playing piano, but she's wearing sunglasses.
Nor musically gifted whatsoever.
We have that. Yes, it is tonight. Tonight is the night, the Pumpkin Spice Show, the show that has literally nothing to do with pumpkin, but does anything else that's labeled pumpkin? Maybe not. It's mostly just some form of other spices that really aren't pumpkin related. It's just called pumpkin spice. It's mostly nutmeg and cinnamon and things. But we accept it because Starbucks says we have to. How are you doing, Ashley?
There's pumpkin spice life cereal right now.
Oh, I know. I wanted to eat all of it.
I like pumpkin spice. Jake or Steven, they had. I wanted to make food for like the first time in this kitchen, and I don't know why I thought that was a good idea because I can't cook.
No, that's obvious.
Can't cook, so I'm like, I'm gonna make some. What's that? White spaghetti shit called?
White spaghetti. The
fettuccine Alfredo.
Oh, Alfredo sauce.
Like, okay, so I'm just gonna put some chicken and some asparagus and some spinach and some like those noodles with holes in them. Penne?
They make penne, yes, or macaroni, or elbow noodles.
Yes.
There are many different holy noodles.
Those holy noodles, like straight out of like Catholicism holy, and then like put some salt and spices and junk in it.
I like how you're throwing hip hop hands.
And like the chicken was awful. It just was like hard and like not good. But the penne sauce or the vodka sauce. What is that shit called? Alfredo sauce was really good, but that was like in a can from guy.
Yeah, that's.
I have 6 sunglasses on. I cannot brain.
When you can't see,
Next.
you can't taste, nor can you think. That's a true statement.
Okay.
Are you trying different pairs as we sit here? Are you looking for the ones that suit you best?
Well, I'm looking for the ones that I can think with, and those obviously were not it. So I'm just gonna like scroll through my sunnies.
Good plan. I pulled these out of a drawer today and handed them to Sam, and he went, "Don't want those," and he threw them on the ground. So I picked them up off the ground and put them on my face.
I love that.
I was like, "Don't want those."
That was like the 2-year-old version of F off, please.
Yeah, he's like, "I don't want this stuff. I want this weird USB battery that you have." And I'm like, "What are you going to do with that?" He's like, "I go fix it or whatever." And I'm like, "Oh, okay. Go fix it." And he's fixed.
That makes me so happy.
He's pretty much the coolest, man.
Wasn't feeling well, but then you guys put him in like a dinosaur costume and he feels better.
Yeah, he's going as Ty the T-Trucks from Dino Trucks. So
it's like a T-Rex, but it's a T-Rex. I get it.
It's so awesome, and it's got a wrecking ball. He's a real big fan of the wrecking ball. That's something he needs in his life.
I came in like a wrecking peanut truck.
No, don't compare my son to Miley Cyrus.
I never been to eat all the ore.
All right.
I don't know the song well enough to sing a farce of it.
I don't know enough to sing any of it, so we're in a good no one has to listen to us sing.
Everybody's like, please stop singing.
Yeah, they're all done. So hey, man.
By the way.
Yeah.
So there is a couple guys that came by today, and I think Daniel, and if I'm wrong, I'm super sorry, but I suck with names. So if you're watching the show,
what was his name? Because you froze up like a robot right when you said it.
Damn it. Shit, it's like, I don't know what's wrong with the interwebs. I can't wait to get the launch pad.
You're 9 miles from your Wi-Fi access point. That's what's wrong.
Daniel, maybe?
Daniel? I thought you said Gabriel. I was like, that's a cool name.
No, I think it was Daniel.
Was he carrying a trumpet?
Carrying vent cleaning supplies, and he like... So... Welcome to the start of this porn. He came over to clean my vents.
I'm here to clean your HVAC system. Yeah, that's what my husband calls it.
Okay, these are perverted glasses. Next.
Those aren't gonna work.
What are these?
So yeah, what's the ETA on the launch pad? I'm actually coming over Saturday or Sunday. I'm gonna punch down your cables.
So yeah, that I will have a room painted by then. Or be back.
I got a punch down tool for punching things down.
I don't really know what that means. These are not.
You don't know what it means till you see it in action. I was a network guy for like 6 months before somebody said, "Hey, we gotta go punch down some stuff." I was like, I've heard that like a million times, and I have no idea what you're talking about.
I'm assuming you like. So every time Steven comes over, he walks to the door and he's like, "Hello, this is Javier. I'm here to clean your pipes," or some other like incredibly
some euphemism.
Yeah, euphemism for the sexing. It's really funny.
Hello, my name is Enrique. I am here to buff your wood.
Yeah, there you go. That was one of them.
That was the first one because you guys are waiting on the hardwood guy. Made me so happy. It's Smash. It's Inktober. Are you familiar with this this glorious month? Are you familiar?
The only reason I'm even remotely familiar is because you and eWebs. Me
and Eric Webb, we don't know we've teamed up, but we have to create the most amazing Inktobers you will ever see. And they're amazing because they're much like a battery. There are 2 poles. He is on the positive pole and I am on the negative pole. He is creating glorious narrative-like art where he's drawing monsters of some sort every day, and it's like subject 1, subject 2, subject 3, and they're all like a skull in a goldfish bowl or a giant cement monster or whatever, and he is and he's creating a story behind each of these. And then so you go look at his art and you're like, wow, Inktober is an amazing month, and that should be celebrated by all people. And then you venture over to my Instagram page / Facebook / Twitter, where it's like, I drew a hamburger today.
Your ice cream one was like, because I could hear you saying it. The caption, like I heard it in your voice, so it was extra funny.
Oh yeah, you know what you did?
Yeah,
you know what you did. Yeah, it was very much like that. The only one I've been really proud of so far is Batman of War. That one made Stephanie spit out her drink, and that made me the happiest.
That was so good. I love it. The captions are so ridiculously amazing.
Yeah, so the one that's got a lot of love from people I didn't expect was the Trump beer that I drew today.
Because it had Trump hair.
So I drew the foam first because I thought, you know what, I'm going to try and draw a really nice mug of beer. And then I drew the foam, and then I drew the beer. I was like, this actually just looks like a head. This actually looks like Trump's head. So I put the handle on it, and I was like, F it. I'm just going to draw Trump's face.
It's so perfect. Like, I was just scrolling through Instagram, and, like, I wasn't really like, your art's very stylized, and I saw that. I'm like, oh, that's Steven art. And I'm like, why did he draw Trump's face on a beard? And then I read the thing, and I'm like,
There's been at least a few that I've been able to draw that Stephanie has literally looked at me and questioned my sanity.
The hot dog vagina has been...
People, I don't understand. That's not a vagina at all. No, there was one. I think it was the Mr. T alarm clock. She looked at me and said, I just needed to quit my life.
You need to quit life? That's awful. Your wife just told you to kill yourself.
She was like, you're, I don't know who you are anymore. It was amazing, but the reason I'm talking about this is, yes, to promote my beautiful art and Eric's beautiful art, but also to ask you all out there to please join in, draw something, take a photo of it, and let us know where you've posted it. I want your art, and I want to plaster it all over all things Two Dorks and Horseshoes and Hand Grenades. I want it everywhere. I want a collage of listener art hanging in my room.
That would be awesome.
So please, if you listen, and I don't care if you're an artist, draw something. And then hit us up on Twitter. Just post it on Twitter or email us, hnhshow@gmail.com or Two Dorks TV on Twitter, so I can get those things and I can keep them forever. They are mine. And when we're done with Inktober, if anybody wants an original piece of art, we can probably work out some deal.
Like, I can send you my Trump foam. Oh no, I have a pizza box. I'm gonna be Eric Webb and draw on a pizza box.
Just draw on the pizza boxes.
Yeah.
So anyway, this is a hey, Kelly Colby's here. Yay! By the way, I am like 10 or 11 chapters in to Tarbin's True Air, and we don't get paid to say this, but I will tell you, you should pick it up if you're a fantasy fan, because I am digging it so far. I have it, like, there's some books you read and you're like, I'm reading this and then whatever, and I could stop. But I'm like, I read like 4 chapters last night. I'm like, I'm tired, but I want to know what's happening with the thing. So you should totally pick it up.
That's awesome.
You should. I know she's like, I don't come in here just so you can promote my business. But that's what we do when we see people we love.
He was legit going on about it like the other day. He was like, he goes, you need to read it. And I'm like, I am so excited to be able to read again. Because
you have lost the ability. You have to go capture the gems from Mount Wanahakalugi.
I have to, I mean, you guys can see, like, what's going on in here. Like, I have to make my house not a bomb shelter before I have time to go. You know what? I'm just going to sit down. Because you know how I read. I read for like 6 hours at a time.
I know. You read an entire book in 6 hours. You have to wait to start reading it, because if you read it now, you'll be done before me. And that will upset me.
That's actually accurate.
Yeah, you speed read. I read everything. Like, I read as if Morgan Freeman's reading it to me, like real slow and with care. You're just like,
real slow.
There were sentences in there. They said stuff about dragons. Whatever. Next page, please.
I mean, for the most part. So I actually started watching, apparently it's a book too, which I probably could read faster than I can watch the damn show, but it's 13 Reasons Why.
Oh, yeah. That was a controversy stirring show.
Yeah, so I think I'm only, like, maybe... I started watching it when I was babysitting your son.
What, you were waiting for him to cry?
Yeah, I'm like, surely he'll wake up soon. No. It was awesome. He slept forever. But I think I'm, like, 2 episodes in. But I'm actually enjoying it. Like, I mean, when I worked at the church, they, like, sent out this, like, PSA to the parents and the leaders, and they're like, you know, if your kids are going to watch it, then, you know, read this with them. And because it touches on, there's, like, rape in it and, like, suicide and, like, people sending nudes. And it's just like, I mean, it's all stuff that kids deal with and have dealt with, you know, except maybe the sending nudes because they didn't have cell phones in the 50s.
No one's ever sent nudes to me.
Well, that's because you you and Stephanie were high school sweethearts, and there weren't cell phones in high school.
There weren't image texts, and if there were, they cost a lot of money.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were no.
Not that my sister would send you booby pictures anyway.
No one sends me nudes.
But yeah, and I don't know. I'm just like, I really want to know what happens. Oh, you actually came downstairs because I was talking to Stephanie about it, and because Stephanie's watched it, and I was like, can you please just tell me this part of it? And Steph's like, yeah, you sure you want to know? And then Steven like runs down the stairs and peeks his head around. He goes, what's going on here? Is there TV show spoilage going on? Is that what's happening right now?
That's because you're like a weird paradox. I don't want to know anything about a movie. We talked about this last week. I'm not going to rehash the whole thing.
Yeah, but it was just funny that we did talk about it.
Synopsis reader and then trailer
avoider. I saw Spider-Man.
Oh, what did you think? Quick 10-second review.
So I loved, like, I had no idea what was going on because I watched like the teaser trailer and that was it, like once. And so it was awesome. And I laughed, like we were in the theater by ourselves. So I laughed so hard throughout the entire time. And Jacob's like sitting there bored out of his mind because I guess it wasn't necessarily his like humor, but I'm like barking out laughter at the jokes. I'm like, ha! That was freaking funny.
I like how you say the theater was empty as if that would have changed your behavior.
That's very true. Well, I felt more comfortable with my behavior.
You're like, I could just be the annoying person and no one knows. And that's okay. Yeah, I dug it. I'm glad you got a chance to see it. I appreciate Jacob for sending you. Next time you can just tell him, you don't have to go. You can just give me $30. I'll go drink an icy and be happy as I can be. Have you ever been to the movies alone? It's an incredibly wonderful experience in a lot of ways. You're like, I can't talk to anybody about this except for the entire internet. But I also get to enjoy it, and when I walk out, nobody can point out all the flaws and problems and things that they didn't like about it.
Yeah, he thought it was a bit slow, but I'm just like, it was so funny.
I loved it.
It was so funny.
It was well done. We need to book a babysitter for Thor Ragnarok, Star Wars, and Justice League, by the way. Those are three things.
Okay.
We need to do.
I'm your babysitter, so.
Yeah, so you're gonna watch a baby for me at least 3 times in the next 3 months. It's gonna be great.
My shit like 90 times in the last month, so I think I can help you out with the baby.
Oh, you know what? You know what is wrong here? I don't have my factoid sound.
What?
We're gonna have to pick a different one. I got a new soundboard and I forgot to put the coin sound in here, so we're just gonna have to do.
Oh, you did say you got a new.
Yeah, I got a new soundboard, and all of it's a little bit jacked up.
You can go like
ting. Many Native American tribes used black paint to signify life and yellow paint to signify death. Yeah, that's interesting.
I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, which is funny because in M. Night Shyamalan's The Village, yellow was the safe color, not the death color.
That was a creepier one he did. I liked it.
I liked it. I listened to the most recent episode of Film Sack. They covered The Village, and I was annoyed at Scott Johnson's utter distaste for The Village. And I was like, "What is wrong with you?" People, there's like 2 types of M. Night Shyamalan fans. No, there's 3. There's like 3 types. There's the ones that gave up after Unbreakable. There's the ones that gave up after Signs, and there's the ones that gave up after The Village. Someone gives up. Nobody makes it to Lady in the Water and goes, that was a classy piece of cinema. They get to Lady in the Water and they just go, F this guy. I don't even know what they're doing. And then they wander over to Mark Wahlberg and The Happening, and they're like, literally no clue where this guy's career went. So I'm one of the Village people. I'm one of the Village people. Did you hear me say that? YMCA, we're gonna do it. YMCA. So I am a Village person. I love that movie, and then after that, it just goes to crap. I liked it though.
I made it to The Village too, and the Lady in the Water was kind of like, I think I watched it twice, and I'm just like, what's happening? And then Signs I watched.
Yeah, Signs was good. I liked it.
No, not Signs. The Happening I watched once.
I feel like a naked person just walked in front of you because you were like, brain fart.
You said the construction guy in chat, and your name is like neon green with these sunnies on, and so I'm like, ooh, that's a shiny text, and then I read it, and then it made me start it made me think about my 14-minute rant on Anchor about construction.
I thought that I was gonna go ahead and just take chat away from my field of vision at one point because it was like the audio listeners suffer. You suffer when the chat captures my attention, but I'm just trying to be more disciplined about it now. We'll see how this goes. We'll see how this goes. World news.
I just like.
Dun, 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 dun. Swish, flushing away millions in gold and silver every year. Uh-oh. This sounds like people are like crapping gold bricks, if you know what I mean. And they're just flushing down the toilet. What about people who drink gold liquor, like with the gold flakes in it? Do they poop gold?
Yeah.
Why can't we collect that?
Didn't we, like... I know I talked to somebody about this. Like,
I'm sure.
And this may be the story.
I caught this in the mainstream news at one point, so I know this. You probably have read it at the very least. While London sewers can get clogged with fatbergs made of grease and diapers, it seems Switzerland's waste system is flecked with silver and gold. An estimated 95 pounds of gold is flushed through Swiss sewage systems each year, according to a study by the Aquatic Science Institute of EWAG. EWAG. Get it for your dog today. E-wag. Your dog can now wag his tail with another dog millions of miles away. I sent an E-wag. You've got E-wag. The lost gold is worth nearly $2 million at current prices. The researchers believe the tiny flecks of gold flow into the wastewater system from the country's famed watchmaking industry and gold refineries. Swiss watches. The study commissioned by the Swiss Federal Office for the Environment involved surveys of 64 wastewater treatment plants across the country. If we did this to our water, we'd be like, yep, coal ash, butt dust, paper, cocaine, and some good old-fashioned arsenic.
What's the fracking chemicals?
Fracking chemicals. That's what you'll find in there. Just find a bunch of fracking chemicals. In one part of southern Switzerland that is home to several gold refineries, elevated levels of metal deposits might even be worth collecting. Concentrations of gold in sewage sludge are sufficiently high for recovery to be potentially worthwhile. Time to go to Switzerland and start panning some poop.
This is becoming a thing. Like, so, you know, we watched that show, Gold
Rush Switzerland Sewer?
Yeah, like, I swear, mark my words, this is going to end up being a reality show. Like, they did Gold Rush Alaska, they did Gold Rush Peru, they did Gold Rush Swiss sewers. Like,
Todd and his dad are out panning for gold where the output of the Swiss sewers is. What the crap is this crap?
Gold diarrhea. Right? Oh. Gold diarrhea becomes a literal thing at that point.
They knew all along, this is gold diarrhea.
See?
I found the glory hole.
They're like setting it up.
You're probably right. The researchers estimated that over 6,500 pounds of silver flows into Swiss wastewater each year. That's amazing. They're finding all kinds of great stuff.
I want silver, not like in poop, but
you can get some silver in poop. I mean, it's once you clean it, there's no poop on it anymore, and then it's just money.
Yeah, but I don't want to filter through hepatitis diarrheas to get silver.
Imagine, if you will, a wastewater plant. Okay, close your eyes and just listen to the churning water.
Okay.
Smell the fragrance of Taco Bell farts all up in your business, and just think about the churning and ask yourself, tell yourself, there's at least $10,000 in there, and all I have to do is put on my waders and wade out into it and just use my little pan for about 4 hours. And you will walk away.
4 hours of wading in shite.
Yep, and you will walk out $10,000 richer. Do you do it?
Kelly's like, yes.
Kelly's like, 10 grand? I think so. So that's one vote for yes. Yeah. I think I could do it. I think a human can do anything for 4 hours. That's not true. You can do anything for 15 minutes.
Yeah, 4 hours is rough for 10 grand. What does that break down to an hour?
A lot more than you're making at a normal job. I would do it. I'd put on those waders because I can shower. That money will be clean.
Like, I don't know. I'm a struggle with that.
I figured that's like the one thing. Everybody in the chat room is like, yes, please. 10 grand for 4 hours in poop water. And you're wearing waders. It's technically shouldn't be touching you. But you're out there for a little while. I would. So
let me. It's easy to imagine doing that, right? But let me put it. Let me give you a scenario in which it's not like fun.
Give me a for instance.
I think I told you guys about the toilet downstairs was disconnected, like set off the pedestal over in the corner in the bathroom, and someone decided to take a tinkle in it. Obviously they couldn't flush because there was nowhere for it to go. So it just sat down there. Like one of the contractors did it. And it just sat down there. It smelled like fuzzy butthole navel. And then at some point, Jacob had to pick up the pee toilet that was like 3-week-old fermented like contractor pee, which was already like someone hadn't drank water in 6 months.
Oh.
Outside. And I about vomited. Like, see, okay, and that's just pee. So,
yeah, but like they said, if you can just handle it for 20 minutes, your nose will just go, forget this. I'm just gonna ignore it for the next little while. You just have to withstand 20 minutes.
I think Drest and I will stand on the sidelines and cheer you guys on.
Drest, not worth it. That experience would stay with me forever. It'd stay with me, but I'd have $10,000. I'd be like, yeah, you remember that time I earned $10,000 for wading through a river of crap, coming out clean? Just like Andy Dufresne.
So what would you do with the money, though?
I'd invest it like a boss. I'd be like, ching ching, Microsoft, whatever. Like, I don't know, who's growing? Toss me a stock. I'd be like, I'll buy all that. I'll buy
one single stock, please.
Give me one. I will take one stock, please. Here's 10 grand.
Okay, no. So Kelly would go to Disney World. Dress would be like, nah. What would Yesh do? Yesh would like buy ice cream for his coffee.
I'm gonna invest in a weed company a month before Trump leaves office.
Oh my gosh.
That's what I'm gonna do. And then when they're gone, I'll be like, hey, y'all Democrats with all that weed money, let's start investing in some weed companies.
Democrats with weed money.
Y'all Democrats smoking all your reefer. That's quite the platter you've got there of sunglasses.
Joel was like, this must be the sunglasses episode, so I wanted to show him my Play-Doh sunnies.
Oh, well, Ashley didn't want to be the only one wearing sunglasses. You didn't say that, but I felt like since you were wearing them, I can wear them too.
Steven's expressing solidarity with my sunnies because I'm too cool for school.
Yeah, hey, next your turn, shave your head. Small town news. Oh, you just made me hungry with the Sonny's platter because it made me think of that all-you-can-eat beef at Sonny's barbecue.
Sonny's is so... The only redeeming... It's not even redeeming. The only reason that Sonny's exists in my brain at all is because, A, they put dirt in my salad. Like, I'm just like, okay, I'll go to Sonny's and I don't eat meat, so... That was stupid, but all of my friends are like, oh my God, barbecue, let's go to Sonny's. You can get a salad. So I'm eating a salad, and it's like they picked it, they went outside, picked it up out of the dirt, and put it on a plate, and was like, I don't know, put some freaking ranch on it. And then like, and so there was like legit clumps of dirt in my salad, and I'm like, but their cornbread's good.
Their cornbread's good, and their Big Daddy cup of sweet tea. And their sandwiches. Yeah. You don't go there for salad.
I know that.
Just because a place has a salad bar doesn't mean you use the salad bar. You look at the clientele of the place and you go, what kind of people would eat a salad? None of the people here. It's going to be the last thing they care about. They're going to be like, bring me them ribs.
Well, so what would I, hey, Jacob, like, there's 10% left and my big fatty doesn't fit in your tiny hole.
No, God! To what we just said.
I need a remedy.
Bring me dim ribs.
Anyway, I'm supposed to read shiz. I'm like sitting here, like watching it drop down.
Shoney's had a salad bar, but Shoney's also had a breakfast bar where you could just walk up and get French toast. Nothing about a buffet bar is really safe for you.
But like
Shoney's.
I'm sorry to interrupt your drinking. Oh, he's grinning. He just heard the message. Oh, Shoney's was legit because you could get low battery. Your Mac will sleep soon. I know. I told Big Mama Jamma.
Oh, you got Jamma for your mamas. I don't know what I just said.
My fatty will fit in your tiny hole, baby.
Y'all didn't hear that, did you? It's cool. I muted it. It's fine. No one heard you say stuff like that. Innuendo.
Thank you for filling the hole.
Oh, yeah, Kelly, man. Shoney's breakfast bar, it was high class back in the day. You were like...
I liked Shoney's. Oh, damn it. Subject clip something.
I had a grilled cheese from Shoney's on the way to my grandma's house when I was like 10. I threw up for 3 days. I don't know that it was the grilled cheese, but we never went back to Shoney's after that. It's kind of like tequila. It's not like tequila. You know it was tequila. It's kind of like any other thing you eat. I ate Chipotle once, and I just took a poop for 4 days. And I was like, I don't think it was Chipotle. I think it was just a situation and a circumstance. But I can't go in a Chipotle. I literally tried walking into a Chipotle to go, okay, I'll try it. It's been like 3 months. I'll walk in and we'll get a burrito. I walked in the door. I said, oh, no, I'm turning around. I can't do this. Yeah, I was like, thought I could do it. Can't do it. Can't. Gotta leave. I started tasting it. I was like, done. Me and Chipotle are no longer friends.
But I'm like that with, I can't do tequila. One of my, actually, I guess it was one of your friends that I stole because that's what I do. In Florida. Poor Joel.
Joel, that's what our show is, man. You know it's all Chipotle and poop jokes.
And Steven's the reason I will not spend 4 hours in poop for silver.
I'm the reason? What, did you have you had a poor encounter with feces related to me?
Steven, you handed me a bucket of shit water and said, no, it's fine, it has soap in it, and sloshed it on my feet.
I did do that. That is a true statement. Really was. It was mostly water. There was probably some...
You're like, no. It's fine. It isn't feces from my... It's not family feces. It's bath water. It's got soap in it. It's fine. Stephanie and I were like...
The soap cleans the poop. It's now clean poop. It's soap in the water. It makes it... You could wash your car with it. It's totally safe. It was even warm. It was like that.
Ew, that's so much worse. It was not warm when it sloshed on my bare feet.
I just threw it. You have no idea how much of that water I threw behind the shed. I'm just like, it's got to go somewhere.
You were just like, I'm so sick of throwing this, and so you told me it was bath water. I'm like, okay, and I just dumped it like in the pathway that we walk in, and I thought about that. Stephanie and I went in the house, and I'm like washing my feet in the sink. And I'm like, that's not bath water. That's all the main drain. It's got poop and spaghetti in it.
It had a lot of, you should read the story now.
Okay. Oh, geez. A firefighter brought a watermelon as a gift for his new colleagues, and he was fired for it.
Yeah. Wow, that seems awkward.
Is this the only thing I can think? A watermelon is a sweet, juicy fruit that is often found at backyard barbecues or in a child's school lunch, or cut in half and sitting in Ashley's lap with a big fat spoon.
Yum.
U.S. city, just in case you guys didn't know we were in the U.S. However, apparently it's also grounds for termination. A probationary firefighter in Detroit was fired after bringing a watermelon to the firehouse as an introductory present. Isn't that like the guy that played Sparkle Puff Jr.?
What? Who? No. Oh, it is Robert Pattinson. No, it's Pattison. Robert Pattinson played Sparkle Puff Jr. Robert Pattinson plays a firefighter in Detroit.
Okay, well, he used to.
Yeah, used to. Now, of course, he's been replaced, but,
Robert, not Sparkle, Pattison, brought a large watermelon with a pink ribbon attached to a ceremony a 2nd Battalion chief calls a tradition. It's not mandatory.
Mandatory. I get one of them
Mandatory.
mandatory melons.
See, this is what happens when you speed read because the next word is voluntary, and so my brain went.
Yeah, you gotta quit that speed reading.
It's not mandatory. It's voluntary, as Sean McCartney said. You come in bearing gifts. The usual gift is donuts, but you're allowed to bring whatever you want to bring in. Oh my God, donuts! I want them in my mouth. Pattison, who told the station the gift was not a joke or an attempt to be offensive, was fired. There is zero tolerance for discriminatory behavior inside the Detroit Fire Department. Hey, is this kid white?
I'm still trying to figure out why this is an issue.
The only thing I assume is he's white, and a lot of the guys are people of color. I
know, but what? Is this hate
I don't know.
Speech? Like reverse hate speech? Reverse hate act?
So this isn't always the case, but I feel like if he was being a douche,
I mean, maybe they've got to know.
Yeah, it's either he's completely just I freaking like watermelons, I'm bringing a big old watermelon over it, or he's like, I would bring a watermelon because there's black people.
Yeah, what was the intent? Was it just to be like, I don't eat donuts, so here's a sweet fruit?
Okay, so I'm gonna read further because I just read to the end because I'm a bad person. Because
I don't watch trailers, but I speed read articles.
There is zero tolerance for discriminatory behavior inside the fire department. Fire Commissioner Eric Jones said. Excuse me, there is frogs. On a trial firefighter probationary employee engaged in unsatisfactory work behavior, which was deemed offensive and racially insensitive to members of the Detroit Fire Department. After a thorough investigation, it was determined that the best course of action was to terminate the employment of his probationary employee. While some firefighters were offended by the gesture, the terminated employee did receive support from some black firefighters. So again, I don't know if I wish they would just tell me if he was white or not. I'm assuming he was.
I'm assuming he's white.
Yeah. Just want to let everybody know he's a real amazing dude, and it was all good intentions. Firefighter. Oh my God, are you named after the TARDIS? Because you would be the coolest person ever.
Tadarius. That's a cool name. I'll take it.
That is Bamf. Somebody please turn him into a fantasy character.
Tadarius. Yeah, I'll use it. I'll use it in my story. It's mine.
There you go. Tadarius or Tadarius, I have no idea, wrote on a social media post, our entire class is supporting him in this, especially as African Americans, and that's in all caps. And that's all that needs to be said. Stay up, brother.
Yeah, I don't get it. These guys, it says, black Detroit firefighters defend white recruit over watermelon. What
okay, look at this. I love watermelons, but there is that whole a whole stereotype of all black people eat fried chicken and watermelon. So if I was going to bring a gift, I would think twice about bringing a watermelon into a black group.
Really?
Even, unless I knew everybody and they really knew me, and
I guess, yeah, maybe
just to avoid coming across as a douchebag.
So what if there are people that are like, man, I really wish you would have just brought the watermelon. That sounds really good about right now.
Which would have been great, because then, I know later we've established boundaries. You guys know I'm not an asshole. We just all really freaking like watermelon,
right. Yeah,
maybe I'm watching my diet and this is as sugary as I want to get as opposed to a donut.
Is there a stereotypical white food? What is it?
Mayonnaise.
Oh, no, I'm not that then. Mayonnaise is gross.
And this is again a horrible stereotype, but every black person I know hates mayonnaise. And I'll just eat it. Well, it's vegan, so it's not technically mayonnaise. It's not eggs and stuff, but I'll just eat it and stick it on salads and put it on burgers and
gross.
Yeah, see,
that's fat and grease and egg
well,
together.
So I don't eat. It's the vegan one, so it's it's grapeseed oil and
coconuts.
A binder. Yeah, pretty much. It's coconuts.
So Kelly says it sounds like he was doing other racially charged stuff, and the watermelon was the last straw. That could be. We could not have the whole story here. He could have been making really weird comments that could be misconstrued or properly construed as black jokes. You know?
So I do, like, if he's got people that are sticking up from it, it may have just been like, you know how some people like build a cross racial divide camaraderie that's like, hey, I know I'm white and I know you're black, and like let's make fun of each other, and it's okay because they're friends and they know each other. It's not like just a stranger walking up and being insulting a-hole.
Ben and Daryl used to do that to each other back on the show, back in the episode hundreds. Ben and Daryl would say stuff to each other.
God, I forgot about that.
And I'd be like, I'm an outsider and I'm offended by both of you.
I forgot about that.
Like, you're both upsetting me, and I don't know why, because you're friends.
I think like the best possible scenario is if you know people and everybody's cool with it and you're legit friends, you know, who cares? Like, because the whole point is you don't want to be offensive. You don't want to be an a-hole. You don't want to be the person that goes, man, I wish there were colored people water fountains and white people water fountains.
Oh,
you know, like, I read a Twitter post. It was from somebody that asked LeVar Burton, actually, what's the difference between saying colored people and then, oh, did I spam out?
No, you're fine. I can hear you.
Okay, sweet. What's the difference between saying colored people and then persons of color? He's like, I'm not trying to be an a-hole. He's like, I just legitimately want to know.
Oh, yeah.
Which I thought it was, I'm like, okay, that's a great question because it gets people talking, right? Like, so for people that are like, what's the freaking difference? Like,
yeah, no, it's actually one of those questions that I've had before, but they're unsafe to ask generally. You know?
Yeah, because it was a cringy question, but I was glad he asked it. And LeVar Burton actually had a really nice post. He's like, you know, when you say person of color, that's standard of saying, you know, African American or a black person. You know, you're not going to walk up to somebody and call them a Negro or hey boy or because those were all things to be like oppressive and repressive, and colored people was like what they had over the freaking water.
It's the same thing. It's a reminder. It's a reduction of status.
I think the best word they were using was exactly, like derogatory, oppressive. Like the connotation behind the word was very pejorative. But then you've got person of color, and that was like, you know, a lot of times I see it's mostly directed towards like women, and it can be, you know, like Asian women, black women, yada yada yada. But then it becomes a person of color instead of, you know, them colored people and hey boy, like that pejorative, derogative awfulness.
I'm talking. I struggle with these conversations because we are two white people. We have no freaking clue what we're talking about. But I knew a guy at once who had served as a Black Panther. Not a militant carry a gun Black Panther, but a social activist Black Panther back in the 60s, early 70s. And he was talking about, he always referred to people of color when he referred to himself and others. He always used the term people of color. And he said, I say that because I'm not African American. I know about as much about Africa as I know about, you know, anywhere else. Like, I don't know anything. So I am a person of color because I'm full on American. Right. And I was like, well, that's an interesting take. And I don't disagree with people who want to be called African American, whatever. You know, it's better than, you know, like you said, throwing out N-bombs derogatory, and whatnot.
Yeah.
But it was an interesting perspective from an older gentleman. I was like, oh, well, this is a fascinating look.
Yeah, and that's so. There's a couple. There's a chick on Instagram I follow, and she's it's something like Asian, but it's like talks about Asia in terms of like all of Asia, not just like Chinese, Japanese, Korean, like, you know, Indians and, you know, that kind of stuff. So, like I see her post some of the stuff. She puts people on blast from like Twitter and stuff when they're being like racially insensitive. And one of the there was a girl from Japan that says, you know, we don't, you know, stuff like as a Asian in Japan, I'm the majority, right? So we don't understand what people of color go through in America, where you've got like a white majority and like the culture is predominantly white. And so unfortunately Asians kind of get oppressed and blacks get oppressed, and it's built into a lot of dialogues, especially in certain areas. So it's really that because a lot of the stuff is incredibly, you talk about white privilege and you've got these people going, white privilege, blah, 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 blah. It's, speak English if you're going to be an American.
Oh, good gravy.
Yeah. So I like reading that because it kind of keeps me on my toes going, I don't want to get comfortable and fall into stuff that, is insulting, but I don't necessarily realize is insulting, but to hear it from other people's perspectives that are being oppressed and repressed and, struggling. This is like turning into social commentary, but anyway, we should.
No, I'm fascinated about what you're talking. This is always something that happens every time we have a story on race or sexism or whatever. We start throwing out there what we think.
Right. Yeah. I mean,
that's what the show's for. That's fine. That's what we do here. And I don't have a counterpoint. I think everything you said is perfectly logical. It makes sense.
I do challenge, like, if you're a white person, like, find those, like, Instagram people and follow them. Like, follow people on Twitter that post stuff that makes you uncomfortable. Because if you're not uncomfortable, then you're not growing, right? Like, you're just going to end up that old man on the front porch going, I don't understand why we don't have to.
Man, I'm not lay with another anymore. Man.
And they're different. It's genetically different. I don't understand why it's bad to say we're different.
I ain't gonna get a kidney from no blackin'.
Right, like.
Yeah, it's just stupid.
I cringe if we ever run for office and people like clip these out of context. But
oh no, it's we're not running for office. There's no
screwed.
There's no hope for it. Like I thought about it before. I'm like if I ever wanted to just go out there and just try and be the logical voice in a sea of nonsense, they would just go to the internet and be like, no. And you'd be like, no, but seriously, like if you listen to the 10 seconds, it doesn't matter. It's what they reported first. Yeah. Doesn't matter if you have 10 minutes of justification or character building before you say a phrase.
Yeah.
That phrase is all people hear.
Yep.
You could be like, I knew this guy one time who was horribly racially insensitive, and he said, forgive me, but I'm about to say a phrase he said because it was so upsetting. Here's what he said, and then you shout some horribly racist thing. They will cut that, and they will hand it to you.
Yeah.
Then you'll shout fake news, and then you'll be president. It'll be great.
Usually.
You'll bigly, but it's fine because most of that stuff there is no justification. There's just horrible things being said over and over in context, and there's no way to clean it up. It's just you just go, let's just call that locker room talk and move on.
Yeah, like let's just justify this.
By the way,
pretend like everything's fine.
One last social justice warrior comment because that's what I am today. If you believe for 10 seconds, for 1 second, that saying derogatory, horrible things about women or other races or anyone in a locker room, quote unquote, makes you safe or makes you a real man, you need to be kicked in the nuts. Because real men don't act that way. Real men treat women with the honor and respect that they deserve. Real men look out for the integrity and they treasure a woman's everything. They treasure it. They treasure words.
Real men treasure a woman's
Real men treasure a woman's business. No, you just stop it. Stop saying horrible things. And I don't care if you and 15 frat boys, if those are the only people you're around, and you're all talking about that one chick with the nice booty, you're still wrong. You still need to be like, somebody needs to stand up and be like, hey man, let's just not say all this stuff in a group like that because it's really weirding me out.
And it devolves quickly too. Like I mean,
it's horrible. And then you end up this is how you end up with a culture of like a rapey culture. This is how that happens. By one good dude not standing up and go, hey, maybe we should just talk about football again.
Yeah,
maybe that's what we should do in the locker room where we just had a football game. What the crap? I don't ever want to be in a locker room with disgusting people like that. I'm like, I've never been in a locker room where anybody has talked like that. Ever. What locker rooms are you hanging out in? This is seedy locker rooms. But there's like another boxer who is defending the locker room talk business. And I'm like, no, you're a horrible person. This does not make it okay.
Exactly, because you say it behind closed doors, or you think it loudly to your friends. I'm like, what about? I mean, okay, so pretend I'm a serial killer, right? Like, I only kill people like out in my own house, around my own family, like
Yeah.
I only threaten to kill. It's like, who cares where you do it? Like, eventually it seeps out of your head.
Yeah, stop doing it.
And you're encouraging other people to do. It's not cool. Just be like Dress said. Just be a good person. Like, lift people up, edify people. I mean, I'm a shitty person. Like, everybody's a shitty person sometimes, but just like grow out of it. Like, if you realize or somebody points it out that you're being a shithead, just go.
Yeah.
Like,
you could just
need to move on.
Yeah, you're right. We probably should. I
in general, not like.
No, I had a final thought, but apparently McFly has been in sports locker rooms, and I'm glad
he was the jock. Like, I
maybe,
can't even.
Yeah, maybe I'm just a nerd and I don't get it. Maybe all the ladies out there should be looking for nerds that wear red, stupid sunglasses and do podcasts, because we apparently have more care for people. You know what they have said? They have said before that that nerds make the best boyfriends because they don't foresee another opportunity to have another one. They're just like, you came to me and I'm never letting you go because I ain't finding another one.
Yes.
I'm too much of a closeted weirdo. And you accepted me for Star Wars, and that is not going to happen again.
I feel like I had the exact, I was a really bad person dating wise. Like, I feel like I grew up so cloistered, and I didn't realize that guys liked me, that when I got into college and guys started paying me attention, I'm like, holy shit, guys like me? Okay, I can do whatever I want now. And I was just not, I went on a really not good spree.
Hey, you got better. You picked a good one.
Better.
You picked a good one.
I like it.
Kelly.
I don't want to know what the hell he talked about in a locker room, apparently, but...
No, you just don't want to be involved in that at all. We should do another story. News better left untold.
Social justice.
Woman trades McDonald's Szechuan sauce for a car. What the crap? Szechuan sauce, who cares? Rick and Morty just blew this thing up, but I don't know, hot mustard all the way, homie. I don't know why we're worried about Szechuan. I don't know.
I didn't know this was a thing until Kristen Carnes, sent me tweets. People were camped out for a packet of Szechuan,
It's stupid. I don't get it. I think they did have, Asian nuggets at one time, and there was a Szechuan sauce involved.
Yeah,
but it came from McDonald's. It's not that impressive. Call me when IHOP doesn't have syrup anymore, and then they reintroduce that one.
There you go. Oh my God.
Then I'll go get a pancake, but I don't care. Much like beauty, value is truly in the eye of the beholder. A woman traded in the eyes of the beholder, if you know what I mean. D&D nerds, anywhere. Much like beauty, value is truly in the eye of the beholder. A woman traded a single packet of a McDonald's nugget dipping sauce for a car. It wasn't just lowly barbecue or sweet and sour, however, according to The Drive newspaper. I don't know. It was a packet of Szechuan sauce. The condiment that was just temporarily pulled out of retirement thanks to nostalgic fandom stoked by the creators of Rick and Morty. Rachel Murray of Macomb, Wisconsin, managed to get her hands on one packet of the stuff and listed it up for trade on Facebook group for swapping pins. Somehow, she instead managed to exchange it for a red 2004 Volkswagen GTI. That's a nice, good deal. Enthusiasm for the sauce's one-day revival. Have you ever been to a trade-up deal, where you actually have a something of lesser value, but it's of a value that someone else wants, so you trade up for the thing that they're trying to give you, and then you trade...
What the shit are you gonna do with a packet of McDonald's goo?
Put it on a chicken nugget and love it. I don't know. There was one dude years ago that actually traded up a paperclip. He traded enough times that he got a house. He traded this paperclip once and then used the next thing and traded it for another thing and another thing and another thing and eventually traded for a home. I think he ended up trading a classic car for a house.
holy crap, somebody desperately wanted that. Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty.
What can I do with the Sharpie?
It was pretty cool. Whatever you want, it's totally fine. You let me know, and I will come draw a Trump beer just right on your arm.
There you go. We can let's see how far your Trump beer gets.
Yeah, I'll trade Trump beer. Enthusiasm for the sauce's one-day revival this past weekend reached such a fever pitch that police had to be called to one McDonald's in La Brea, California, where hundreds of people swarmed in an attempt to procure one of just 20 packets of the sauce that the store had received. The fast food chain has now promised to bring the sauce back this winter in more plentiful quantities. This was a big deal. There are people standing outside of McDonald's shouting for Szechuan sauce. Like, the store can just spontaneously bring out Szechuan sauce. Like, I don't know why people do this stuff. Like, I appreciate Rick and Morty, but their audience is a little insane. Because that...
I still haven't watched it. Ben, I'm sorry.
No, I haven't watched it. I care, like, this much. It's like BoJack Horseman and stuff. You're just like, what? I don't know. Dude, thank you. C. Mitch just subscribed with Twitch Prime. Thank you for your hard-earned cash dollars. You are the best. Thank you. By the way, since he subscribed with Twitch Prime, if any of you guys out there have an Amazon account with Prime and you don't know where to send that $2.99, that's free, that doesn't cost you anything, swing on over to Two Dorks channel and click the subscribe with Twitch Prime, and you don't pay a dime, and we get $2.99. Hey, I like that. That's a good phrase. You don't pay a dime. Milk Duds is coming at you. Milk Duds the rapper. Milk Duds.
Milk. Oh, I want like candy now.
I know. I want to eat all of it. Strangely enough, this isn't the first time McDonald's sauce has reached an insane valuation. A coveted bottle of a special Mulan edition of the Szechuan sauce fetched $14,000 on eBay earlier this year, while a bottle of Big Mac sauce once went for around $16,000. In 2017, a lucrative career as a McDonald's sauce broker seems like an actual possibility. It does. Big Mac sauce is just Thousand Island. Let's get down to business.
To defeat the Huns.
That's kind of a thing with us. Hey, thanks,
Kelly.
Kelly.
Where's a picture of the Mulan sauce?
Mulan sauce.
You just Mulan on it?
You squeeze one Mulan, and you get the sauce that comes out. Gross.
Oh my God, they're remaking Mulan? What?
So I don't want to talk about it. They're remaking. What? So they remade The Jungle Book, a treasured film from ages past, 1970s. Or late 60s? I can't remember when Jungle Book came out. They remade that.
Wait, they're live-actioning Mulan?
Yes. They're live-actioning... No. So the live-action Jungle Book, the next thing on the list was Beauty and the Beast, which it didn't have to be done. I watched it. I watched it, and I was like, this didn't have to be done. They auto-tuned the crap out of Emma Watson because she can't sing.
Oh, that hurt my feelings.
She just can't. Like, she's gorgeous, but she can't sing. No.
Then dub it. Let someone else sing for you. To
be fair, Ewan McGregor killed it as the little lamp guy. What's his name?
Lumiere.
Yeah. He did a great job, but it didn't have to be made. We didn't need it. I
can imagine how expensive that was.
It was so shot for shot identical to the cartoon. I'm like, well, that's nice, but I'm still thinking.
Yeah. They added a couple things, which I thought what they added was cool. I didn't mind it. I thought it was good, and I've been walking around humming the tune. But that's Beauty and the Beast and Mulan are my two favorites. So
yeah, the Beauty and Beast is timeless. It's a tale as old as time, as a matter of fact.
Tale as old as time.
It was great, but the movie didn't have to be there. I watched it. I was like, I really could have just watched the animated one again and got the same joy. And I liked the animated Gaston better than the Luke Evans Gaston.
Oh,
yeah, it just didn't.
Wait,
what did he do? What did Joel do? DJ Milk Duds. Oh my gosh, my life. It's over, everybody.
Oh my God, can we please make a Wikipedia page about DJ Milk Duds?
DJ Milk Duds.
That's amazing.
I'm so happy right now.
You legit look badass. You took a Steven and made him badass.
It's no easy feat either.
That's amazing.
That's challenging.
Oh, I'm so happy right now.
That's the best.
Pecan milk duds.
So they're making a live action Mulan and a live action Lion King and a live action Aladdin. So they're basically resurrecting all the movies we loved and remaking them. Yeah, right? Makes you just want to like kick somebody.
Yeah, I don't know how okay I am. Like, I'll watch Mulan because I watched Beauty and the Beast. Like, I'm not gonna go to the theaters for it. Like,
no, I only get to go to the theater like once every 2 months. I ain't got time for Mulan.
Yeah, like Kelly's like, how are they doing? Like, what are you doing with a live action? Kitty, if you can move 6 feet to your left and roar viciously at the other kitty that we put a Sharpie mark down his face because that's your Uncle Scar, that would be so. I mean, I guess it's all just going to be CG.
Yeah, it's Jon Favreau who did. Yeah, Jon Favreau who did The Jungle Book is doing it. So he's in charge of the Lion King. Those animals in Jungle Book look great, but we don't need it. We don't need it. We don't need it at all. Like, I don't want it. Like, I don't want them to remake Robin Hood or Sword in the Stone or any of those other classic Disney movies. I don't want those. I want to watch them again.
Those are amazing stories, and they're really, really good for adaptions. Like, Beauty and the Beast would be, I mean, like, stuff has already been adapted from it a billion times, right? So, like, Merlin would be great for adaptions. Lion King. Aladdin would be cool if they made an actual, like, movie and didn't just do a shot for shot.
Yeah, they're gonna make a movie, and they're actually casting all Arabic or Arab or Indian folks. They're gonna be shoving in there. Hey, I have a theory. I want to get you on board with this.
Okay.
So this is Zombies Can't Climb level of.
Ooh, okay. Okay.
I'm pushing for this theory that Aladdin is a post-apocalyptic tale. Aladdin. So how is it that the genie's been stuck in that bottle for thousands of years, but has full-on understanding and references of the time the movie was made? Why does he have jokes and references for stuff that occurred in 1993, but like nobody else has a clue what he's talking about? And he says he's been in there thousands of years. My guess
why would technology have evolved past the lamp?
Right. So my idea is that the world is actually succumbed to global warming. There's sand and death everywhere, and there's one last city they can hang out in, and that's Agrabah. Because Jafar, if you pay attention, either he's not thinking big enough, or he just wants to be the Sultan of Agrabah. Like, do you not have that much of an imagination that you wouldn't just be like, I want to rule the world? Right? Like, I think if Jafar knew there was a whole nother world out there, you know.
A whole new world!
Well, they do fly over Greece and stuff, so maybe there's some ruins, you know. But Jafar's just
I like the idea of, like, society having collapsed and being built up again, because why would we have a lamp that's thousands of years old that is still used?
Right. See, these guys talking about their infinite cosmic power and whatnot. He's had infinite cosmic power. He did infinite cosmic his way out of a lamp. I don't know.
I would be cosmicking myself some pizza and donuts that were 0 calories.
I don't know if he can see stuff from the future. That doesn't make any sense. You know, or else he could do. I mean, maybe he could. Semi-omnipotent. Can you be semi-omnipotent? I don't think that's how that works. You're either omnipotent or not omnipotent.
Yeah, you're either omnipotent or you can just get a little vibe off of things.
Well, I'll let people think about it while we read the next story. WTF?
I made myself dizzy.
Yeah, that's pretty rocking.
Why do I get nose hair extensions?
I don't know. Why would you get nose hair extensions?
Nose hair extensions are the latest bizarre beauty trend. This has got to be a joke.
This lady's really got some women. I mean, you remember the armpit thing that Paula Cole and Sarah McLachlan were all about? They were like, armpits. I mean, that didn't catch on at all, actually.
Those are not extensions. She just glued eyelashes to her nostrils.
Well, they can call them whatever they want.
Okay, wait. Is there another picture of this? Yeah, she's just got to be being stupid.
It's on Fox News, so it's got to be true. We know that.
Okay, I've got to read this for everybody going, read the story. Okay, so nose hair extensions are popping up all over social media as the latest bizarre beauty trend. So you probably have no idea about this, but like wavy brows are like maybe going out of a thing right now where you make your brows all squiggly.
Well, I don't know about those.
It was kind of a joke, and it was kind of just to be stupid. I don't know. The unique beauty statement was derived from Gretchen Chen, an Instagram user who posted a photo of herself wearing eyelash extensions around her nostrils. She called them nose hair extensions. They're not eyelash extensions. They're just freaking fake eyelashes. Like, lingo. And this is why no one knows it. Fox 26 reported she wore the eyelashes as a joke, but the photo went viral and the trend quickly caught on.
No.
It's not a trend if everybody's being silly and just copycat sillying. Like,
right. It's not you don't get to call it a trend. It just is a joke, and everybody wanted to do the joke too.
Yeah, it could have gone viral, but it's not a trend. Like, you can't. There's like a bunch of 40-year-olds trying to lingo.
These people aren't walking out of the house like this.
I don't know the words that these kids use, but I know trend is a word.
They're gluing their eyelashes to their nose, taking a picture and going, ha ha, look at me, but acting like it's some sort of thing.
Yeah.
And then it tricks Fox 26 into thinking that this is, well, you see what the kids are into now? Yesterday.
I know, they're probably like sitting there going, geez, these kids are awful.
I'm just sitting there on the internet looking at my pornography, and then this just popped up on my Instagram.
My tubes are going to get clogged up from these nostril women.
I didn't want to see that.
Several beauty bloggers posted photos of themselves wearing the small hairs on their nose as well. Small hairs. Oh, my dear Jesus. Like, please, God, just call it like they're false eyelashes. Other people put them in their lips for fun as well. Taylor R., a beauty blogger, said in a YouTube video, the hairs look like spiders or cockroaches crawling out of your face. Gross. I think it's really fun for people to take a break from the workday and look at something maybe a little inspiring, or just have a break or moment to enjoy that. Laura Levisage, somebody. Oh, Pop Sugar. I know that chick. The senior beauty editor at Pop Sugar said.
I know that lady. So what we're trying to say is don't do this and think that you're somehow hip.
No, it's a funny thing. Like, it's like the really super bold Instagram eyebrows that people like overdo, like just to be.
If I don't pick my nostrils every so often, I would look like this.
Hi, Bunny Steel Stephanie.
Hi, Bunny Steel Stephanie. Bunny Steel, that's a cool name. That's like a superhero name. Yeah, I'm looking for Bunny Steel.
Her hops of justice.
What if you're a dude superhero named Steel, and your first name was Bunny, but you always went by just Steel?
Steel Bunny.
What's your first name?
Steel.
Bunny Steel.
Bunny.
It's Bond.
Like James Bond.
You ever see the movie Open Range?
I'm assuming that's a cowboy movie.
That would be a cowboy movie. Robert Duvall played a character in there. I think they called him Boss or something the whole time. And towards the end, when they know they're going to die in a shootout, the dude looks at him. He says, "What's your real name?" He says, "Blue Bonnet."
No.
His name is Blue Bonnet. They always just called him Boss. Speaking of Boss, no, you go ahead.
His name was Blue Bonnet?
Yeah, Blue Bonnet. Some people get named stupid stuff because their parents are like having a moment or whatever. So their parents are like, "Oh, when you were born in the back of a taxi cab, so we called you Yellow Cab." You know what I mean? Like, when the man who helped us was just so great and his name was Susie, so we named you Susie too.
What's your porn movie name? I like that.
Oh, I don't know. What was it, like the street you lived on? Something?
I think mine was like something Sapphire.
It's like the season you were born in. I don't know.
Oh, Autumn Sapphire. Boom. Best stripper name ever.
That's your. Well, I think you should go Fall Sapphire because that's funnier. My name was the street you were born. Mine would be like Route 20 or something. It wouldn't even be. I was born so deep in the South that we didn't have street names. First street I could remember was Old Farm Road. So it'd be like
DJ Milton.
Spring Old Farm. Middle name of the street you grew up on. Okay, so Stephen Old Farm. I grew up on so many streets. Do I get to pick? I've got
Lynn
Stephen
Sapphire.
Fieldstone. Bam.
Oh,
a good one.
nice.
Yeah, if I just get to pick any of them, then that's the one I'm going to pick. Fieldstone. Sandalwood.
Fieldstone.
What other ones
Sandalwood Drive.
What other ones did I grow
Please
up
send
on?
all your stripper names to us. We would like to read them.
Hillcrest.
DJ
Stewartstown.
Milkbuds was born in the Hillcrest. Mitchell says Chris Spruce. Oh my God, that's amazing.
We're both middle namers. I forget that all the time. Me and Chris are both middle namers, which is so weird. Don't meet many middle namers.
No, because I would go by Lynn. Oh, Kelly, I forgot you're a Lynn too, and I spell mine the same way. We're Lynn twins.
Lynn twins.
Lynn twins.
TWYNNS.
Twins.
Twins. DJ Milk Duds knows how to do it.
DJ Milk Duds and Chris Spruce in the house.
It's like Will Smith and DJ Jazzy Jeff.
Oh my God, somebody that I can actually we need to get a hold of B hyphen and tell him that he needs to write a rap for you.
But DJ Milk Duds can rap. Me and B just need to get in a rap battle on the show.
Yeah, that would be so awesome.
I'd be so embarrassed. B would just be like rhyme, and I'd be like boom, 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 and it would just be over.
Jacobs is Lee Logjammer. Nobody that's that wins.
I don't think we can beat Lee Logjammer.
Lee Logjammer. Our lineup tonight, we've got DJ Milk Duds dropping fat beats.
Lee Logjammer.
Entertainment provided by Lee Logjammer and Chris Spruce.
Oh God. This is the best ending to a show ever, and that is how we're going to end it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight here on Horseshoes and Hand Grenades. We have loved having you here. I'm serious about your Inktober's. If you draw them, I want them. Send them to me. And episode 400 is coming, and
I'm so excited.
Yeah. Oh, and I'm gonna come up with this on the fly, but Jacob wrote the intro tonight. Thank you, Jacob, very much for the intro to the show. If you would like to contribute an intro to Horseshoes and Hand Grenades, which if you've listened to the show for any amount of time, you know how we do it, and I get tired of making them up. So Jacob's going to write them, or Ashley's going to write them, or I'm going to write them. One of us is going to write them, unless you send in one, and then we'll read yours as the intro for the show. How about that?
That's such a good idea.
That sounds like a great idea.
Do work for us.
Yeah, go write our intros for us about how
Make our job easier.
We bring you the news from such and such and such and such and such and such, and tonight on Horseshoes and Hand Grenades, blah. That's the general flow.
Yeah.
You'll get it. Tonight's was actually a perfect example.
That was great because it tied into the nose hair story.
Exactly. So send those to hnhshow@gmail.com. We'd love to get those. You can send your questions, comments, and feedback and hate mail to the same place. If you've got a comment, any of the things we've talked about tonight, please let us know. You can call us. Call us on Skype. I think it still works. I actually haven't tested it in a while. If you don't, you can call us on the Anchor app on iOS and Android. Anchor's really easy. Just follow or favorite the Two Dork Station, hit the call-in button, and you can just talk into your phone, and then we get them. That's how call-ins work. It's actually really, really incredible. And download our show wherever you can get podcasts from. Y'all know how to do it. This is old news now. Follow us on Twitter. I'm Steve H&H. Ashley is Fate Kills, Phate Kills, and the show and the network is Two Dorks TV on Twitter. If you'd like to tip us, just give us $1 or $2, help us make the show better, or just help us keep the lights on, make our lives a little less stressful. twodorks.net/tip is how you do that. And we will leave you with these words of wisdom from Vincent van Gogh. He says, if you hear a voice within you say, you cannot paint, then by all means paint, and that voice will be silenced. That's really good. That's good for you to know with all of you coming up on NaNoWriMo. You can't write.
Yes.
You need to buy the software to be a writer. You need to buy the thing. Harry Potter was outlined on a napkin. You don't need anything to write. You don't need anything. You just need a creative idea and at the very least a piece of paper and a pen, and you can make it happen. We believe in you, and you guys are awesome, and we will see you here next week, episode 399 of Horseshoes and Hand Grenades. Later. Have a wonderful week. Bye.
Bye. sunglasses.
Every time. You're just like, I gotta get in some more. Are you stacking all of those on your head?
I want to see.
Tonight on.
I want to see if I can. It tickles my ear hairs.
I still love this Hitler.
I know, it's so awesome.
It's cracking me up. Every time I see it, I'm like, this is amazing.
How do I look? I'm so badass that I need multiple.
You look like an alien.
I'm stacked, buddy. I'm like a 4-year-old.
Stacked.
I really like sunglasses. I can't find the rest of them, but I'm like, how many do I have on? Okay, we're all good here.
Oh, I thought
on the clock.
Stephanie
There's a
knocked
clock.
on the door. Where's the clock? There's a clock in here?
Say how much time I spent on the clock. Oh! I read that wrong because I speed read. He did that at work.
Oh. Well, hey, let's be serious. I've done a few of those.
There's not in my hair. Guys, you guys are awesome. Please come all the time and hang out with us. Hopefully next week we'll have the launch pad set up, so I won't sound like I'm an attendant.
You do, because I kind of sound like a big ball of poopy, but not in a bad way. It's just with your sharing my nano name. Oh yeah, I'll share my nano name. It's Steve H&H, I think.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think we keep the same name for everything.
Yeah, I try to keep it everywhere. Steve H&H. Yeah. Friend me on Nano. I don't have any friends. I've got a.
I'm your friend, bitch.
Yeah, but you've never written. You're like the silent friend.
I just don't like. Oh, you guys, if you're on Habitica, join our party.
Oh, I love Habitica. I love it. It is a life changer for me.
We need more people in our party so we can kill this freaking snack monster. Damn it.
We do. We need more people.
The snack monster.
I'm adding you as a buddy. Sorry, not you. You're my buddy already.
MC stacked.
What? What happened? Did Joel make another picture?
I'm seriously gonna pee my pants. God, these are so amazing.
Joel, I love you. MC Stacked and DJ Milk Duds. Oh, that's amazing. Thank you so much.
You guys make the best freaking memes ever.
I love you guys. I love you. So now you get to really choose which for the featured picture smash. This is going to take some time. Oh my gosh. Oh,
Kelly's on Habitica too.
Yeah, you know what? Funny thing is, we started using it, and I went and I read her blog, and it was like a week before or something that she had written a big post about it. It's like
that's amazing.
If you're looking for a to-do manager because all your to-do managers are poop, you should try Habitica because you lose health when you don't complete your quests, and your quests are your to-dos.
I've been dying a lot lately.
It's freaking amazing. I love it. Love it. So I highly recommend it. It's actually, it really has changed my life. Like my to-dos, my dailies, like take my vitamin B, take my vitamin D, take my cholesterol medicine, floss my teeth, record an anchor thing is on there. I've got like all this stuff.
I need to put that on there.
Yeah, it makes me crazy. And now like my to-dos for today, I've got like all the steps for stuff to publish the show, like WordPress, this, that, and so I don't miss anything. It's so awesome. Yeah. I floss freaking every day because it's on my thing, and I know if I don't click it, I'm going to lose health.
So I floss because my teeth feel gross if I don't. But I add it on there because I get points for it.
Right. Well, some people don't have issues with it. I have issues remembering I brush my teeth, but the whole flossing thing has just eluded me in my lifetime. So
I have issues with eating breakfast like before noon. So I recently added that. Hanging upside down because if I don't, my feet go numb.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah, because you have that inversion table.
Yes. Maybe if I pull an Ash and make other people do my Adventure Boss dailies, I will get it. Subject. Shut up. I don't make them do my dailies. I just forget to do them for the last year, so somebody else did them for me.
Just have someone else do them. So so we've got a challenge right now. I've got Inktober if you guys want to join the challenge on Habitica, and then come November, 30 days, 50,000 words. You in? You should be in.
Yes.
We should do it. This the year that I won. So I've won 2 years, and that means I've written 50,000 words. The 1 year I won, I didn't actually finish the story because I think the idea was so big. The second year I finished, and it's just a big ball of crap, which is supposed to be, but I let's be serious. I'm never going back.
A ball of crap. Finish it, Steven.
It's a big ball of crap. It's done. The whole story's done. I did flip point of view halfway through because I got tired of writing in third person. I was like, maybe this will be easier or more fun in first person. It wasn't. It just meant I didn't have to write he said, she said, this guy did whatever. But this book, so No Plot, No Problem, they promote it as a book you should read before Nano, and the years I've won is because I've read this book before Nano.
Oh, are you serious?
Yeah, it's a good thing to reread because it just gives you some inspiration, and it gives you some you go into it with energy. You don't just go into November like, I'm gonna write a book, F it words. You go in with like, I've looked at this and I now have a plan. Not only that, but support from the community and Nano's website and their forums, support from the Reddit community, and support from the IRC channel. So a lot of the times I would get in the IRC channel when I was bored, and I would and they'd be doing word sprints. So they'd be like, everybody write for 5 minutes, and whoever writes the most words wins. You would be amazed at how effective that is.
Huh, that's awesome.
Amazed. Yeah. So I know you have to pee, but I just want everybody to know.
No, I was just thinking that like Kelly's like telling you to finish your stuff, and I'm like, you should finish your stuff.
That's really nice of both of you guys to say that.
Kelly's like peer pressure.
No, peer pressure's never worked on me for anything. I've never done drugs. I didn't drink alcohol till I wanted to, and I didn't go running or write a book unless I wanted to. So peer pressure can die in a fire. I'm immune.
Yeah, I don't. Peer pressure was never really a.
Nope.
And it's not because I'm like super mega confident. It's just I don't think I care about people that much. So.
No. You know what will do it? Utter disappointment from friends and family that actually hurts. That'll get me. That'll get me. So if people are just like, I don't even want to talk to you. You've upset me so much. Like I lied to them. Like I told them like that something horribly untrue, and they found out. Yeah. Like they make me feel like that.
Did you ever lie in your life ever?
No.
I was like, I don't. That's like a bullcrap example because I don't think you've ever lied.
No, I don't lie. Though, like the one
start like a group of beta readers for each other, and like everybody just writes all at the same time, and like then we all just read each other's stuff, and it could be like Two Dorks beta.
Yeah, and we can just pass things around. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, we can be like the writing STD group. We'll just share our shit with everybody. Yeah, we'll call it that. STD. There's got to be some acronym, something. The government's real good at making up words that go with letters. So we could probably do that. So what's STD stand for in writing? Serious
Story Trauma Dispatch. Story.
Oh, like story.
Story taco.
Story's totally done.
Story's totally done. You got it.
Story's totally done. I'm going to give you my story's totally done so you can read it for me.
Okay, cool. Kelly says she'll beta read it. You don't want to beta read my stuff.
We can send our STDs to each other.
You don't want to beta. I did let my mom read my first thing with Winston Stonebrew and Jim Dugan. You remember those wonderful characters? She read it and she yelled at me for not finishing it because she said, "I didn't know what happens."
Oliver, I want to yell at you for not finishing because nobody knows what
10
happened.
years ago. That was 12 years ago.
Do it.
Yeah.
Standard Tomorrow Dawn.
Standard Tomorrow Dawn. I like
that makes no sense.
I love it. You guys are my favorite people. Thank you so much.
So awesome. You should all just come live with me and help me clean up my kitchen.
That's perfect. By the way, I have put the shed as like a high priority option because I went and listened to like the first 100 episodes of our show, not all in a row, just clips.
Yes.
We were a rowdy bunch when I could yell into this microphone and laugh like a boss. Like now I've got a 2-year-old asleep across the hall, but back when it was like balls to the wall insanity.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So How did balls to the wall become a thing? Because if your nuts are pressed up against the wall, like you're not going anywhere. Like you're at a nut stop.
I think so. Imagine you're being pushed forward at a high rate of speed by something. It's like big G forces that force your nuts behind you because you're going so fast.
It's not like
you're not just walking up
against the wall. It's like nuts flapping in the wind behind you, left against the wall.
Right. It's not that you're just wandering over to the wall and just holding out your nuts to it. You're in one of those spindly circle things at the fair that go around and around, and your nuts, the G forces are so intense that your nuts are just like stuck to the wall behind you. Balls to the wall. So,
this still doesn't really make a lot of sense.
I just made it up.
That was like the best. That was the best explanation I've had so far.
DJ Milk Duds knows how to come up with stuff on the fly.
Oh my God, Steven DJ Milk Duds is the best
balls
thing
to the
ever.
wall.
Guys,
all
thank you
y'all.
so much for making memes. They're the bestesses.
You guys are awesome. We're gonna leave you though because it's time to go to bed. But we will be back next week. So. Come join us. We love having you guys live in the chat. It's the most fun thing in the world. So,
hit me up on Twitter. Hit me up on Instagram. I've got Snapchat. Talk to me during the week. I love you guys.
Let's be friends. And don't forget,
calls me every day.
Join our Discord channel if you're into the chatty chats and the Discord business. Balls to the wall, single comment. Yeah, the Discord. I'm always in there.
Once a week.
Ashley randomly pops in. Sometimes we don't really know what she's doing ever. But you're the best.
Balls to the Wall is DJ Milk Dud's new single coming 2018.
Oh, Balls to the Wall is a piloting term. See, Kelly's dropping knowledge. I like my story.
Is it really? But what's it? Okay, I'm gonna have to search this. Sorry, I hope this isn't his work computer.
Yeah, search Balls to the Wall. You're probably gonna see images of balls on the wall.
What?
Oh, when accelerating quickly, the throttle is pushed all the way to the panel, and the throttle lever, the ball, actually touches the panel. Hence, balls to the wall.
Oh, so it has nothing to do with nuts.
I prefer the nut explanation, though. I agree that this is probably where it really comes from. But the idea of somebody going really fast to the point where their balls are behind them... That's just better imagery for me. So I'm just gonna keep that.
That's a bit. See, Kelly was like, "Gee, if I want to know something, I ask the internet, and a magic fairy comes and gives me information. You should try it, Ashley."
That's not what Horseshoes and Hand Grenades does. We just make up what sounds best. The only true things we say are the stories we tell. Everything else is just nonsense encapsulated into podcast form for you.
Guys, thank you so much for hanging out. You totally made my night. You're wonderful. Bunny Steel, welcome.
Welcome to the Legion of Dorks, Bunny Steel.
Thank you so much for the memes. And they're so good. And I really like Steven's Hitler board.
DJ Milk Duds, MC Stacked.
And DJ MC Stacked.
And it's mandatory. Awesome. All right, you guys.
Mandatory.
Y'all are the best.
We'll talk to you soon.
Have a good evening. Bye.